routine police call and Alton Sterling is dead. St. Paul, a routine traffic stop and Philando Castile is dead. In Dallas, July 7th, a ferocious act of deadly terror and police officers, Lauren Aaron, Michael Kroll, Michael Smith, Brent Thompson, and Patrick Zamarripa are murdered. Sunday, July 17th, in Baton Rouge, another act of deadly terror kills police officers Montrell Jackson, Matthew Gerald, and Brad Garofalo. What's going on? We must stop this despicable violence that is openly and overtly dividing our country.
Nobleness and ever again divine. And you know, when I was in school, we used to sing something like this. Listen here. Oh, beautiful.
It's not that African Americans, black people, it's just a perception that they are in danger from police. How many people believe that it is a real fear? That it actually happens. That it actually happens. How many people feel that it is, black people are just feeling this, that it's a perception? Anybody in this room feel that it's just a, okay. Let me just add one more thing. Go ahead. I want Gary to say
this is a well-founded fear based upon the history of African Americans in this country. Let's get it out in the open.
But you can't just say the history of African Americans. You got to take responsibility and say the history of the action of police in America.
Which is what I would say. Because what I was going to point out is that the history of African Americans in this country started with slavery. Then it moved to black codes, to segregation. And who was it who was enforcing those racist policies? It was the white police officer. So that narrative exists in the community based on the history, and it's factual.
Something for the audience, and this is from Tim Scott, who is a Republican. It happened today. It was a very moving moment on the floor in Washington. Listen to this.
I want to go to a time in my life when I was an elected official and share just a couple of stories as an elected official. But please remember that in the course of 1 year, I've been stopped 7 times by law enforcement officers. Not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 times in 1 year as an elected official. Was I speeding sometimes? Sure. But the vast majority of the time, I was pulled over for nothing more than driving a new car in the wrong neighborhood or some other reason just as trivial.
You know, my question goes deeper than fearing young black children. My son is 14 years old. He's 5'7". I'm constantly teaching him to be responsible, to be accountable for his actions. And if I'm teaching him to do this, but in the back of my mind, I know that it's not going to matter. Every moment he's not with me, I fear for his life.
Police officers believe that there's a culture of them against us. And the fact of the matter is, because we care about black lives, does not mean we're demonizing police officers. And once we come to that understanding that we can have this conversation without saying that all police officers are bad, then we can make some ground and find common ground in which we can make some solutions.
Special prosecutors, we need to hold police accountable when they abuse people. They need to be brought to justice. Everything that I've been saying, and that's the hard piece. It's easy to have running man contests between the police and community kids. Yeah. But what's hard is to say, these are the police officers who have violated people in our community. They need to be taken off the force. They need to be brought to justice. That piece is not happening. Okay. That has to happen. Right. And I just want to add that the insidious attack on Black Lives Matter is really the most ridiculous part of all of this. Blaming them for the divisions that exist in this country is like blaming your doctor who discovers your cancer for your cancer.
I'm so proud of my son. He's a good son. He's a nice kid, a good student. I'm so blessed.
I'm so happy to see my baby boy again. I'm so thankful, I'm blessed to have a son and friend. Every time that you're not in my sight, I get so paranoid that you might not never ever come back.
We're living in a time when a young brother or sister might discover a ruthless world where prejudice kills them like they're ruthless, like their feces. Wanna treat them any way they please. Wanna see a young brother on his knees. Wanna see him face down, humiliated or locked down. They keep dreaming and always scheming to bring back the days when discrimination and segregation were the law of the nation, and lynching got a standing ovation. A shameful time for the nation when women and black folks could not vote. Shameful. That was the time in America when blacks and minorities had no hope. But here we are, right now, in the 21st century. Don't remind me of a history full of hatred, Jim Crow, prejudice and bigotry. This madness goes beyond me. This hatred breeds insanity. It makes the young folks see the venom and the hate from the 19th century. Is young and black a felony? Can any racist kill me? Can law deny me the right to exist without being on a hit list? Should black people have to fear the worst possibility of losing their precious life because of fear and the way they appear?
I'm so happy to see my baby boy again. I'm so thankful, I'm blessed to have a son and friend. Every time that you're not in my sight, I get so paranoid that you might not never ever come back.
Hey son, I know you weren't expecting me to be up waiting for you. Did you guys have a good time? I'm so happy to see you, son. Back home, safe and sound. People, here I am again, at the wake of another friend who lost his life in the middle of the night to a senseless killer who started a fight. And now my friends are nervous, his death is killing us. It's killing his family, it's sad and it's sick and it could be me. This murder is haunting me and the fear of blacks is scaring me. The justification is crazy, it's a slap in the face to a brother like me. But this society portrays me like a killer beast. They say I'm like a mad dog and I'm better off when I'm deceased. So many fear me, and America refused to hear me. Too many people hate me, too often the media smear me, and they vilify me when the courts try me. People treat me like I'm guilty. They believe that I'm a thug and the jury wants a guilty plea. They think I'm an SOB, they want to incarcerate me. They see a criminal thug and a menace to society. That's how some haters judge me. They want to annihilate me. They want some psychopath to think that he has the right to kill me.
I'm so happy to see my baby boy again. I'm so thankful, I'm blessed to have a son and friend. Every time that you're not in my sight, I get so paranoid that you might not never ever come back.
Son, take that hoodie off when you get off the bus, please. Dad, it's cold outside. Yeah, I know, but I don't want the police or some trigger-happy crazy to think or imagine that you're a criminal. America, we've got to stop this madness that put a black life at risk. We've got to change the law that bring about all this pain and sadness. We don't need to feed this arrogance that cries for self-defense. We don't need to speed or murder or another senseless act of violence. We can't keep on being silent while families suffer the infinite loss of their children, a vicious loss and a wicked sin. They'll never see them smile again, or never celebrate their birthdays, all because of prejudice and being black and young in the USA. Now what can I say? It's jeopardy every day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I might lose my life graduation day. So every day that I survive, I thank the Almighty that I'm alive. It's unfair and it's stressing me. Mom and Dad so afraid they'll lose me. This is the 21st century, so why should we have laws that encourage this insanity, craziness and savagery? We need some sanity, we don't need another calamity. We don't need to take another life or destroy and ruin another family.
I'm so happy to see my baby boy again. I'm so thankful, I'm blessed to have a son and friend. Every time that you're not in my sight, I get so paranoid that you might not never ever come back.
Son, wherever you go, I want you to know that your mother and I love you. But we want you to be mindful that law enforcement and too many people will see you and conclude at the sight of you that you are a potential burglar, thief, or killer. So be careful and courteous if you have to confront the cops or potential racists. We don't want this to be the last time that we see you, son. Always know that we love you.
I love you and Mom too, Dad. To the few bad guys in the black community, stop the killings and the violence. Respect yourself, the community, and the police. To the few bad guys in law enforcement, stop shooting unarmed black folks and start shooting basketballs. Black lives matter.